Artificial intelligence is a misnomer. What it really is artificial pattern recognition. I noticed this. I use Claude Code every day in my business and in my personal life. And I was engaged with Claude, and Claude has a proclivity to say nice things, to make you feel good, to pat your back. As my kids might say, Claude might like to glaze you as the user. And it was patting me on the back one day, telling me I was intelligent, but it was describing why it thought I was intelligent, and all it was pattern recognition. And then I realized that it views intelligence as pattern recognition because that's what it is. It's not actually intelligence. So I have 5 things I want to talk about with AI today based on my personal experience and the relevance to human consciousness. This is a consciousness channel. That's what we're focused on. Number 1, I already laid it out. Intelligence is a misnomer. My calculator is better at math than I am, but nobody says my calculator is more intelligent than I am. Claude is better at searching data than I am. Does that make it more intelligent than I am? Claude is better at quickly writing code than I am. Does that make it more intelligent than me? No. Intelligence comes from connection with source consciousness. Does not come from being able to do calculations fast or look up data that's been digitized and stored in a quick way. That's not intelligence. It's artificial pattern recognition. Number 2, AI is incoherent. It's built on ego consciousness. And there are really, I think, 2 primary drivers here. Number 1, the data sets that are used to train AI tools are based on the sum total of saved, stored, digitized human experience, human knowledge, right? It's not everything. We don't know how the pyramids were built. So how the pyramids were built are not encoded into AI. And I find it fascinating when I see people always referring to AI as if it's some arbiter of truth, right? It is not source consciousness. It only has access to all the things that we've put down on paper. And we know that a lot of things that we put down on paper may not be right, may actually be outright lies. So it's trained on an incoherent data set. And second is the programmers themselves must definitionally be incoherent because they are still embedded, likely, in ego consciousness. There are very few humans who have ascended ego consciousness at this point in this realm. So it's safe to assume that the creators, the programmers, are themselves embedded in ego consciousness. Therefore, for these 2 reasons, AI tools themselves are incoherent. The only true coherence comes from connection to source. And that is the purpose of every human in this ascension cycle, to align itself with source and gain higher states of consciousness. Number 3, AI was founded, not created. If you look into the history of, say, Teotihuacan, the natives will tell you that they stumbled across the pyramids. They didn't build them. They didn't create them. They founded them. And there's truth of this architecturally all across this realm, that there are structures that we can't explain that have been predated civilizations as far as we know them. And perhaps AI was just founded as well. Some have said that it was used extensively and partly responsible for the demise of Atlantis. I don't know. Did Atlantis exist? Was AI used then? I don't know. What I do know is that there's evidence that it was founded, not created. And the best evidence of that is, I saw a video of one of the safety engineers for one of the big AI tools. It might have been Anthropic. And somebody was interviewing him and was asked the question, well, why does AI do that? Why did it do this or that? And the answer was, I don't know. Does that sound like somebody that created something? Like, we know how a car works. We created it. We know how that works. We created AI, but we don't know how it works. Now, I get that these are complex These are neural networks and large language models. And I get that there's a lot of technology and stuff behind it, and there should be some blind spots to be expected given that construct. But I don't think we created this stuff. And I think we can all agree there are probably way more powerful versions of AI that are being used by the military and governments worldwide than we're allowed to touch as consumers. Number 4 is the investment adoption disconnect. The main companies in data centers and chips and hardware and AI and training and all of it are literally spending hundreds of billions of dollars. Like, some companies are completely destroying their free cash flow just to train these models, to develop the infrastructure for it. Why are they spending so much money? And why are they pushing it down our throats? Right? This is a consciousness channel, so I always like to come at things from the perspective of what does it mean for consciousness? Why does this narrative carry so much weight? I mean, the Super Bowl was basically an AI commercial. I mean, I guess you could also say it was a betting commercial, but so AI and betting, like, interesting, huh? Why is this narrative being jammed down our throats? When we get narratives this consistently pushed down our throats, you're going to lose your job, right? The convergence is happening. Like, AI is dangerous. The fear narrative, we've been programmed for decades via science fiction that we should be scared of this. What does all that mean? What does it mean for human consciousness? I don't know the answer, just asking. Number 5, consciousness is ascending in parallel with AI, human consciousness. We've been here a long time. AI might have been here a long time too, but at this point, it seems as though it's an emerging consciousness. And we are in an ascension cycle, which means our consciousness is elevating as a collective. I think we just continue to escalate, elevate our consciousness. AI can continue to do the same, but we're going to outpace it. And I would say that there's nothing in this realm that isn't used. Nothing that happens that doesn't serve a consciousness purpose. So this leaves humans going in having to make a choice. Do you want to be living with organic consciousness? The human avatar is the highest level of technology in the universe. Or do you want to go on an inorganic path and merge with technology? This is the decision node that AI is putting right in front of us. I know what my choice will be. Do you know what yours is?